And that very nicely takes me to our next speaker, Shivani Bhalla. She's founder of Ewaso Lions in Kenya and this year's 2023 Whitley Gold Award winner. Welcome, Shivani.
She was walking down the road, very slowly, very unsteadily. A road I had seen her walk on hundreds of times before. But this time, it was different. As I watched her from a distance in my car, I had tears pouring down my face because I knew this would be the very last time I would see her alive. This is the story of Nanai, Samburu's most famous and well-loved lioness. So loved by everyone, and more so by our Ewaso Lions team. She was born in Samburu about 15 years ago, almost as long as Ewaso Lions has existed. And my colleague, Jennery, and I, when she was a tiny little cub, we would follow her, watch her, and Jennery said to me, she's always struggling. She's always struggling to keep up with the rest of her siblings and her mother. I want to take care of her. I want to protect her. She is mine, so I will name her Nanai, which means mine. We had the extreme privilege of watching Nanai become the most extraordinary hunter and the matriarch of all the lions in Samburu. But Nanai got into a lot of trouble many times. We saved her life on numerous occasions. I'll never forget one moment. She had injured her right leg so severely, and she was hobbling along on 3 legs for a whole month. Our team watched over her day and night to keep her alive, to keep her safe. That day, she put weight on her 4th leg. Was a day we all celebrated loudly. Nanai truly lived a hero's journey. Nanai's journey came to an end in May this year. She succumbed to cancer. We had done everything we could to keep our lioness alive, including working with the wildlife vets who performed surgery on Nanai under a tree in Samburu in January this year. They removed the cancerous growth that had developed on her mouth that was preventing her from feeding, hunting, and raising her 3 little cubs. The surgery was so successful, and in February, Nanai was hunting again, feeding, raising her cubs. In April, her cubs moved off, decided to fend for themselves. And in May, the growth came back. And it came back so quickly. She lost her body condition overnight. And in a few days, our team watched Nanai fall apart. She could barely move. We knew we had done everything we could for this lovely lioness, but it was her time to go. I was waiting for the wildlife vet, and I thought I had the courage and the strength to be there when he arrived. I realized I didn't. I wanted to remember Nanai in her prime. I drove off a kilometer away, parked under her favorite tree. The vet arrived, and Nanai was humanely euthanized. We were all so heartbroken. We still are. Our team drives into the park now. We go to her favorite tree. It's so hard not to look for her because we've been doing that for 15 years. But there's one thing Nanai taught us. She taught us what is needed for lions to survive. She taught us everything we know about lion conservation. Nanai is one of 5 lions we have lost this year, out of our population of 50 in northern Kenya. And Kenya only has 2,500 lions. Africa only has about 20,000 lions. Lions are in huge decline across the continent. They are in so much trouble. They face so many challenges, and here in East Africa, they share the land with pastoralists. Pastoralists, the Samburu, whose lives depend on their cattle. Their camels, cows, donkeys mean everything to them. It is their life, it is their status, it is their wealth, it is who they are. Lions are often struggling to find enough space, to find enough food, and unfortunately, sometimes cattle is their only option. But understandably, when lions kill a cow or a camel, there's so much pain the communities feel, as you heard from Charu. There's also so much anger, and they go out, and often lions are shot, speared, or poisoned in retaliation. And in the early days of Ewasa Lions, we wanted to tackle this threat head on, to promote our mission of continued coexistence between lions and people. I met Generia when he was only 19 years old. He hated lions because they ate all his cows. He also really hates this picture. And at the time, I was driving around looking for lions, and of course, I found none. I was born in Nairobi. I don't have the eyes of how to spot lions in the bush. I was introduced to Generia, and I asked him, please help me look for lions. And he looked at me really suspiciously and thought I was completely crazy. And maybe I was. For the first couple of years, Generia was so quiet, so reserved, so shy. He just went about his work. But every single time he saw a lion doing what lions do in their natural habitat, his face would light up. And not only did he find lions, Generia became the most extraordinary conservation leader, inspiring every single person he meets with his passion and dedication and huge enthusiasm for lions and wildlife and his land. He says now, lions are my cows. They are my life now. And it was Generia who created his program called Warrior Watch over 10 years ago, encouraging Samburu Warriors, young men, to protect lions instead of going out to kill them. Generia would work with our warriors. Our network grew thanks to the support of the Whitley Fund for Nature. They would go out, track lions, and keep them safe. They would also keep cattle away from the lions. So not only were they protecting lions, but they were protecting what is so important for our communities. Our warriors stopped the killing of lions hundreds of times over the past decade. And through the Warrior Watch program, felt so much more socially and politically empowered as a result of the program. Jenaria then became an elder. He keeps saying to me now, I'm a mzee. He's only 35. And when he became an elder, new warriors joined the program. And Jenaria not only became an elder, but he became a mentor for every single one of the new warriors that came on board. One of them was Cassian. We met Cassian in 2016 when he came to attend one of our Lion Kids camps. It's a 5-day program where all the children come and get to learn and get excited about lions and wildlife. And you could see just how much it meant to him to see his first ever lion. He was so excited. We could see it in his face. The next year, Jenaria and I were at the Lion Kids camp, and he said, that guy looks really familiar, but we're supposed to have different kids at every single camp. And sure enough, we went up to Cassian, and he kept hiding from us because he had his name tag, and Jenaria and I kept looking at him. He changed his name to come back to Lion Kids camp. And that showed us this is someone we absolutely have to keep our eye on, because one day he might be the next Jenaria. And that day came. In 2020, Cassian became a warrior, and last year he took over the Warrior Watch program from Jenaria, and now is the manager of all the new warriors that are part of our team. What is so special about this is Jenaria and I realized that things have come full circle. For so long, we thought it would only be Jenaria's generation of warriors who would be the conservationists out there, but Cassian has shown that lion conservation can go through generations and is here to stay. Last year sometime, Jenaria, myself, and Cassian were in the car looking for lions. And we came across a group of lions, and after a few minutes, I put my head down because I was so embarrassed, I actually couldn't remember who was who. And I looked at Jenaria, hoping he could help out. He was also looking really embarrassed. He couldn't remember who was who. But guess who was smiling with a big grin sitting in the back of the car? It was Cassian. And he said, Shivani, Jenaria, don't worry about it. I'll tell you exactly who these are. And he recited all the lion names. We were so embarrassed, but we were so proud. Here was this young warrior who now knows the lions better than me and Jenaria. Last year, we recorded our highest lion population in over a decade. It's a direct result of the work and dedication our team have put into saving lions in northern Kenya. But it's not just that. For so many years, we had been watching solitary lions because that was the typical norm in northern Kenya. We weren't seeing prides, we were seeing individuals, or possibly sometimes one or two lions or 3 lions together. But what happened last year astounded all of us. Lions started coming together and forming prides. What an amazing transformation we have seen in northern Kenya, and we take great pride in this. The success we have had is because it is our communities who are leading conservation efforts. It is our communities who are making decisions about what is best for their land and their wildlife. Having people care about their animals and their land, their communities, they have so much ownership. It takes so much courage for communities to live alongside lions. And it takes so much courage for lions to live alongside communities. This is true coexistence. I am so inspired by our team of 67 for their dedication and passion in their work and how excited they are every single day to go out and keep our lions alive. And this is what gives me so much hope as a Kenyan for the future of my country. A few months ago, I was out looking for lions, and I came across a group. In the group was Nanai's 3 cubs. And not only are they surviving without our beautiful lioness, but they are absolutely thriving. Nakokio, Najung, Melio, Tesekwa, Beneo, Neo, and Nagut. This is Nanai's legacy, and these are our lions. Thank you so much.